Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We are playing Yagaub in a 5-point match on backgammonhub.com. And we will see how it goes. Good match to my opponent, who is trying to escape everybody, probably. I think the best play is 24 to 15. That kind of gives me more hitting chances, although I completely whiffed. And I don't completely know how to play it, so that's not a good combination. Okay, now I point on him or hit him, run, make the 3, safety and run. What am I supposed to do here? I mean, the race is dead even in the pip count. I don't know, I'm still getting hit here, though. I don't know, should I hit him with the 3 and do this, maybe? I don't know about this. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, there's probably a bunch of other stuff there, too. 11 to 3. Okay, yeah, this is some easy take, I would think. There's blot on the ace and the viable holding game. I mean, on the other hand, he's not hugely up in the race, and I got nothing on my side of the board, so maybe the double's sort of okay. I probably would not have cubed that, though. Although I think he has lost his market by now. Okie dokie, let's build a board as quickly as possible. Okay. All right, so he's got a safe play where he stacks the 5. Is that maybe his only safe play? Oh no, he gets to go 7 to 1. Yeah, I don't think I'd leave me a shot here just to hit. I did sort of improve his position though, because I had to enter a little higher than I was. Okay. I guess I want to stay back there for extra contact while he has the blot. Yeah, like I don't know, like he could make the 3-point if he didn't have the blot. He's making it anyways, but I got a great shot at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then might be able to cube the dances. Maybe. Kind of getting gammoned here. Yeah, well, like an 8 to 6 looks maybe easiest to bring home, but the problem is 4, 4, 4 is if I roll 4, 4, I'm hitting them. I don't know whether I should go after me here. Probably should. 11 to 2, because if I roll a 2 here, I mean I got an okay time back game, you know. So I mean if he knows I'm rolling a 2, he doesn't hit, but. I mean, usually I don't roll a 2, and it's far and away better for him having hits. So I think it's maybe worth the risk against this board. That was my inclination anyways. Like, I didn't have to break a point to do it. Yeah, so my game isn't great, obviously, but it's not too bad. I can just bring this guy pretty easily and make the 5 at some points. Like, I don't know if I'd have a take here for money or whatever, but wouldn't be crazy to take it. Well, I don't know. Like, I need that point. Maybe I should just start it, even though I might be hitting him soon. Slow hard to cover. Okay. Doesn't look like I can give him any bad numbers by running off the anchor yet. Or maybe ever. Okay, not bad. Just wastes a pip. Fill in that nice point and then roll a deuce or 3, whatever he gives me. Deuce. Ah, he guessed correctly. All right. He's got probably no blot numbers right away. Maybe I get some down the line. Yeah. If I can dance or roll a deuce, that is. Yeah, that's all he's got. Looks like I'm saving it if I can. Oh, I gotta roll big, I guess. I need 6s and 5s. Shoot. I did it. No problem. No problem. All right, let's mix it up. Right. Pretty diverse because threes don't make good points on my side of the board, and 3s hit. Without that, it's not a double, but with it, maybe it's a double at the score. It's fairly gammonish. Fairly gammonish position. 3, nice. And obviously you don't double it to 0-0. All right, let's see how he wants to play it. I mean, could have hit me, but yeah, he's going to lose more gammas that way. All right, this seems like a good point. Seems at least okay. 13 to 8 maybe better. Somehow I want to do this. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. He just play 11 to 3. Okay, he's going for more. Oh, hey, Alex. Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I like to get a little. I got an online tournament later today, and I like to get in a little practice beforehand. We play on this site. So I'm thinking 11 to 3 to get builders for the 3. Although I don't know how that compares to keeping things spread on the outfield, trying to make the 7. So it's a few shots if I keep. There's a lot of shots if I keep things spread in the outfield. Like here, this is very few shots considering 6-5 is duplicated. You know, this is a cute duplication to look out for, right? I mean, maybe he's hitting with 6-5, but he has to forgo making the anchor. I think there's a problem in Trice's Backgammon boot camp that talks about that 6-5 duplication. Like it swung the play and like it wasn't that close. So since then I always kind of pay attention to that. So I don't know why you'd cover the ace without hitting. That seems odd to me. Like why not? If you're gonna cover the ace, why not hit there? And then maybe I dance and you can get the backman going, you know. Maybe saw something I didn't. This play might be wrong, but I want him to roll certain aces and then get sent back and maybe pick up another checker. And I'm not too sure about the tray here. Spares look not so great. Well, I'm putting the two guys on the ace either, though. It says good if I roll six. I mean, it's not good if I roll 6-5, but the other way is a double shot if I roll 6-5. I don't know. There might be something weird here where I clear the 5. All right. Okay. So this looks like the normal thing. I don't love that the 3-point is stripped right away. It's only 6-3, 5-3, 3-2 is a little awkward. So there's something else where I do like this. This is like more blotters. Maybe a cleaner position down the line, though. I don't know. I'm just going to do the normal thing. Oh, I didn't miss anything there. No. Yeah. All right, so if he leaves from here, I got some bad deuces. He must leave from there. Yeah, I can stay back. All right, so likely it's going to be 2-2, 3-way, 3 away. So you should be pretty aggressive with the cube at this score, mainly because losing 1 isn't so bad. So the person who gets doubled should be pretty quick to pass. Because like losing 1 puts you out of this 3-way, 2-away score, which is a little bit of a comfortable score to be at. They can still win 40% from there. So that 1 point's not like worth a ton. Losing 2 is worth a lot, worth more than double that. So that's why you should be sort of quick to pass and thus a little quick to double. Now, how quick you should be, I notice, depends on how effective your recubes, how effective the other guy's recubes are going to be. In other words, if the position where like the other guy wins a lot, say in like a blitzy position, you shouldn't be like super duper aggressive compared to money. But if it's like a racing position where thus the guy doesn't win a ton and thus doesn't get a lot of good recubes in, then you should be a lot more aggressive than money. I think that's about how it works. Yeah, like that's a good point. Yeah, losing 2 is particularly bad. Losing 1 is particularly not so bad. That is how I think about it. So this isn't great, but I'm not really seeing anything better. Like I'm not doubling a reasonable play here. Make it only 6-5, mix it up a bit. He's already got 3 men back, down in the race huge. This gives me some blitzing options, which aren't great for him. So I probably would have actually played 6-5 there. All right, this is looking good. Like you can double a dance here, which maybe you'd think about it a little more for money. It could be an interesting game. I don't know about this 1-1. I mean, the normal thing appears to be this. I'm wondering a little bit about this. Yeah, maybe it tries to do too much. Oh, I guess another play is bar 24, 13-11. Okay, this works. Builder's in a good spot. He hits me. I return with a good number. No. 3 away, 2 cube is like money. Gotcha. Yeah, that I can buy. I don't think I knew. I think I kind of remembered it was like a little less valuable than for money. I think. But yeah, I don't have that number memorized. Oh, this is a cube play if he switches twice. Ah, weird looking position now. Ooh, great roll. I wonder, was it better to come out to the 15 here? Maybe this does more. I mean, it's sort of the better block. The escape is good, and I sort of maintain the ability to fill in the 4 point naturally. This I think I'm gonna cube because the position is so weird over there. So it doesn't strike me. I'm not sure this is a take or not. I see. Yeah, gammonish positions, right. So I believe the computer agrees with you there. But I think it's largely due to the fact that the other guy gets a lot of good recubes in when you're blitzing. Right, because like when you're blitzing and he has like a decent sized take, that means like he turns the game around a lot because he wins a lot to counteract your gammons, which means like he's going to get to use the cube a lot. I think that's how it works anyways. Okay, so what am I doing with this 3-3? 1, 2. Yeah, I don't. These shots may be unnecessary, but I'm gonna try it because it just doesn't play well otherwise. Like obviously there's safer stuff there. He's still like a little stuck if he hits me, so I don't know. Maybe it's not too bad. The dead cube take point for a redouble at 3 away, 3 away. The dead cube take point for a redouble is no, it's 25%, I believe, isn't it? If I'm thinking about that right. Because if you pass, you go to 1 away, 3 away. Crawford. And so you have to win 2 games at that score. And gammas don't really count, so it should be 25%. Right. Yeah, so you get pretty decent. You often get pretty decent recubes in at the score. Because it's 25%, which isn't, but there's no recube vig, right? So it's like you're doubling a lot more aggressively than money usually. Maybe I should have kept the guy more in the maybe I should have kept that spare checker more in the outfield this game. Sort of cover some of his jump numbers. Okay, so I guess the race is so close, at least in the pip count. I think I want to keep the block on a little longer. Okay, I might have to hit him loose here. Right, so I do this. I'm still winning, but a lot of his big numbers don't make me that big of a favorite. This kind of squelches all resistance on the dances, and I still win a lot of the hits. So I think I'm more of a favorite this way. And I can win a gammon or two, which would be very sweet. Very sweet. Oh, got auto. Good. This is probably slightly wrong because it duplicates his fours a little bit. Forced to cross over into the outfield and forced to cross over into the infield. But it's not a big deal. Right, yeah, 30% of the dead cube take point for a center double at the score, right? That sounds right. But of course, yeah, the powerful recubes bring that down. Okay, so I don't know. This looks okay. Does some stuff anyways. I don't love all the shots here, but maybe this is sort of the best of a mediocre lot. Because it unstacks the heavy mid and gets the backman going a bit. Obviously, there's a lot of options with that 3-3, including running, which may have worked out better. I don't think I want to do this, do I? I don't know, maybe. 1, 2, maybe. Make the 9. Does let him come in and hit me a lot. I don't know. So what's the big deal with this? I'm kind of killing those checkers when he anchors. This is maybe problematic. It's not a great blitz. All right, let's try this. All right. So that's a play. This is a play. It shouldn't be too hard to make a decent point next turn. Or hit twice. Play safe. I'm probably botching this. It's not. I'm sort of unsure about everything I'm doing. Yeah, we'll take a look at the computer analysis afterwards, because I think there will be mistakes aplenty. But, that's how you learn. Really just trying to keep him from making a second anchor here. It's a little bloody. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, getting lucky. Good. Yeah, like he should hit me here, I guess. I'm not sure I wanted to hit him anyways. Oh, should play like, I wonder if he should play like 5-4, 2-1, 13-12, 13-11 or something. Yeah, now, I don't know. Now I don't feel like if he gets his second anchor now, it's like not a big deal because his front position is so bad for containing, But still, I don't know if I want to send another guy back. 4-5. I mean, he does have some forward going chances. If I leave him alone. Yeah, maybe I should just hit him. Okay. Could hit him loose also. Let's try this plan. Yeah, I don't particularly want the 7 here. This looks a little funny. Okay. All right. So yeah, 2s are bad here. 6-2, for instance. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll take a look. I suspect that, oh, I'm getting hit here. I suspect the PR isn't going to be very good this match. Oh, I think we're running a little low on time. It should be fine though. I don't think even if I lose this, it shouldn't be too hard to find like a reasonable play in like the 10-second delay you have. It's just I just can't sit there and calculate something if I need to calculate it. I should still be because of his ace point, I should still be a pretty solid favorite here, I would think. I get closed out, I'm an underdog. The break-even point's around having 8 checkers off. Like if I got closed out and I had 8 checkers off, it would be about 50. The game would be about 50-50 cubeless. So like I'm an underdog, only having 6 checkers off, I'm a pretty solid underdog. But even 7 checkers off, I'd be a pretty solid underdog. But it looked like I had a decent chance to escape, although maybe not anymore. Well, maybe now. To make the 9? Don't know. Maybe you should actually enter with the 4 and then play 9 to 7 because the outfield control is pretty thin over here. Got away with something there. Yeah, I'm not sure. See, I'm not sure about blocking 4s or not here, or just keeping things spread out. Like if I roll tiny, he wants things spread out here. So I assume this is cheapest. This is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think maybe it's 20 shots after both. But also I want the checker off. It's kind of a big deal. Getting that extra checker off is it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, that checker off is worth the most when the game is like a little close. And like I said, 7. So getting the 7th and 8th, it's getting the 7th, 8th, 9th checker off. That's when that extra checker tends to be worth the most. So even if that was 2 more shots, which I wasn't sure about, I thought maybe I counted it about 20 shots apiece. It might still be worth it. It's probably still worth it to take the checker off. Oh, hey Steve, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, so do I owe you $15? You saw my email, right? I was trying to like remember exactly what happened. And memory is so fallible that like when you think of, I think the way memory works is when you think about something, when you try to recall a memory, it actually modifies the memory a little bit. So I've thought about it like so much at this point that I don't remember like exactly what happened. Oh, I know I played well 1.9. That's pretty sweet and that complicated match. Although I think it'll come up a little in XG. Um, so yeah, if you think I owe you the $15 still, I'll send it to you. I don't really care about the money. I care about settling the score correctly. You know what I mean? Um, Anyways, let's go to XG mode, and then we'll take a look. We'll take a look at the match. I mean, whatever you think, is fine. Is fine by me. Like at the time, I thought I had like a good handle on everything that was going on with all like the money exchanging and everything. But thinking back, I was thinking, oh, maybe you were referring to like an earlier thing where you actually did pay me $15. But now I just don't know. Now I have no idea. So whatever you think is fine by me. Um, okay. Anyways, let's go through this. Okay, so I made 7 checker play errors, but no doubling mistakes. So let's do this. Yeah, some people say with memory, I don't know how true this is, but they say like when you remember something like that happened a while ago, you're not actually remembering the thing that happened. You're remembering the last time you remembered it, right? So as you remember things more and more, it gets like more and more distorted over time. And I think that's happened to me with this with this incident. Anyways, okay, so 6-2, 5-4 looks pretty clear. Let's just look at my errors. Okay, so he hit twice. 4-6. Yeah, okay, the double's okay. Yeah, I probably would not have cubed this just because it seems a little thin, and he's got like all this work to do to bring it home. And the score is like no big deal. In fact, in non-gammonish positions, you take a little deeper the score. Although doubled gammons are a little more valuable than usual. Um, okay, no, yeah, on the higher reval, I did agree with my no double suggestion, but it could roll out. It could roll out to be a cube. Um, yeah, now this is probably a pass at this point. Okay, come in low and then do something. That's fine. You can also go directly after a good point, but I go a little slower. No blots on the board in case I hit next turn. Build a board, build a board. I didn't really love his 6-3 play. Okay, yeah, it seemed a little unnecessary to leave this shot. When you have like a fairly productive, safer play. I think what he was thinking was, okay, like he's got to leave a few shots anyways. But these aren't very costly shots. And hitting isn't worth that much here. I mean, I guess it's good if I dance and it's good if I roll like a 4-5 and I'm forced to come in high, like after his play. Forced to come in on the 4 point. But yeah, it's not worth the extra shots. Okay, it wants to run. My play should win more. Yeah. Okay, so best for the win is to hang back here. The computer thinks there's some question about the play. Because I hang back here, I get attacked sometimes, either right away or down the line. And then I lose some gammons. And that's exactly what happens. He goes after me. I get him back. I'm wondering whether I can cube the dances here, but it doesn't matter because he rolls a great number right away. And then he's crushing me. He's crushing me. I thought maybe he should go after me here with the 5-4. Right. So this is a theme that came up when I was sort of keeping the other guy from making a back game, right? So, I mean, if I roll a 2, if he doesn't hit me and I roll a 2, I like a pretty decent back game with these 2 points made. It's not a great game because I'm about to crunch a little bit, but you know, if I can get this, at least so I can get this spare out, I have some timing. Now, don't get me wrong. If he knows I'm rolling a 2, you don't hit, I think. But the thing is, like, you know, over 2/3 of the time I don't roll a 2, and he gets to fill that in for good. So it's like he should sort of weight more heavily towards me not rolling a 2. And if I roll a 2, his hitting isn't too bad because it's good the other way. So that's how I would have found this play. Semi-blitz, I see. Yeah, I think we'll see some examples because you're blitzing when the guy has an anchor. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, blitzing when the opponent has an anchor. Yeah, so I think we'll see some examples of this in the last game where he's threatening to make a 1-2 back game. Yeah, I don't actually think of it. That's interesting. It's interesting to call it a semi-blitz. I actually don't think of it as a blitz. I just think of it as, well, I want to deny the guy the second point, and it's not too dangerous to do it at this point. Yeah, so I got this anchor, and like, yeah, I mean, I have almost a take here according to these equities, right? The equity is just a little over 0.5, which means if he did double this, it would be a pass, but not a huge pass. Well, I guess it's better to think about like after my play, right? Say my play is 0.6. It means if the cube is in the middle, this would be a double pass, but it would only be 1.2. So a pass, but not a huge pass, like double 0.6. But now that I spring a guy, it looks like I have a take. Yeah, okay. If you have 15, this is a little early to slot, I guess, when I don't have any direct covers. Yeah, right. But so does the double. What I'm saying is, like, so does the double take equity, right? So if the double take equity is over 1.0, then it's a pass. So if the position is 0.6 after my checker play, with me owning the cube, that's kind of the same thing as 1.2 cube in the middle double take equity, if that makes sense. Anyways, I keep both anchors. I must leave both anchors. Apparently I do it wrong. No, maybe not. Yeah, best for the win is to keep that guy there, because you might get a double shot. But problem is you get hit there and you're more likely to lose a gammon. All right, so I get to fill in my board eventually. I miss, and I lose a single game. Good. Yeah, the double, you don't double this. Well, I don't know. It's pretty strong cube at this score. I thought this would be like pretty marginal at this score. It was pretty strong cube at this score. I think that some people are missing this cube. I think I'm only doubling because I'm down 0-2 and a 5, and it's fairly gammonish. I think I would not have doubled this for money, but maybe it's actually a cube for money given how close-ish the take is at this score. Let's take a quick look. So this is the score-based eval. Pretty mandatory cube. Money eval is like a marginal cube with just this one asset. But I think the diversification is sort of big here. Yeah, I think that's a big part of the reason why I was this aggressive. Although actually the Mainly, I was thinking mostly about the gammons, but you're right. Yeah, it's tough for the leader to recube at this score. His the take point is like very low. Like his gammonless take point is actually quite low at the score, because if he passes, I get to sort of this comfortable one away. Sorry, this comfortable four away, three away score. It's it's 1-2, and it's a little pretty easy to play from four away there. And so he should be a little averse to passing and losing 1 point. But yeah, the gammons are very valuable when I double. But yeah, so I think this is a double for money. I think partly due to the diversification, right? I have threes and 6 to hits, and most of those don't really make good points on my side of the board. Like the 7 or the 4 points. Like 1, 2 is duplicated. Meanwhile, fives, fours, and twos make the 4 point. Sixes, ones, and twos make the 7 point. So it's very diverse. Like for instance, I think if this block was on the 20, I'm sorry, yeah, like his 5 point versus his 4 points, I think that might swing the doubling decision for money. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of. You got to notice that. You got to notice the diversification here to find this cube, I guess. 16%. Woof. Yeah. Gammon value. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's the live cube take point. But okay. So that's according to XG's definition of live cube take points, right? So I think that the live cube take point in X, you probably know this, Alex, but for the people who don't, like you can go to like analyze cube information, and it gives you like dead cube and live cube take points. The dead cube take point is the number you would calculate by like looking at risk reward on a match equity table when you just ignore recubes entirely, including automatic recubes. The live cube take point, I don't know the exact definition, but it assumes you're getting like maximal efficiency on your recubes. So, for instance, I don't doubt that what Alex says is correct with the live cube take point that XG reports is 16%, but the actual take point is more like 18 or 19%, I think, at the score, because the other guy, when you take, you're not getting maximal efficiency on the recubes, not even close. So I think it tends to work out to be a little, 18 or 19. Yes, exactly. And so the actual take point tends, when the cube is like not automatic and the cube is still alive, the actual take point is in between the dead cube take point and the live cube take point inclusive. I think the live cube. Tell me if you know this is right, Alex, or not. I think when you have an automatic recube, like say it's 2-way, 4-way, and the 2-way player doubles the 4-way player, I think that live cube take point number that XG reports, I think that's exactly correct, according to its match equity table, anyways. Like I think in those cases, in the automatic recube cases, I believe the live cube take point tells the entire story, or at least is very close. 60 to 80% of the way between the dead cube take point and the live cube take point. That makes sense. But of course, it depends on the position. Like you might have a position where you get exactly maximal. You get exactly maximal cubes. So one funny position. So money position. This is a funny position. So your both players are exactly 25% to bear off here. So for instance, this would be a marginal take pass decision. Like you can do whatever here, because you're exactly 25% to win, and you get no recubes. But if you get But if you take, if you have like this position, cubeless, you're much less. You're only like 18% something to win. But you get maximal recube efficiency when black misses. So you can. This is actually a marginal take pass decision. It says double pass, but actually is borderline take pass at 18 and 18.75. And so ignoring gammas, this is the least you can be at, I believe, and have the least you can be at cubeless and have a take. Right. Yeah. So I always think about this position. So yeah, like all these are sort of equal cubeless. I mean cubeful. Anyways. Okay, so where were we? We were 0-2. Yeah, I offer this sort of aggressive cube, which the computer likes. Okay, hit him. Looks pretty clear. 5-4. Okay, yeah, my brain said I should play. Oh no, I did no. Okay, the computer actually wants to hit with the 5. I briefly thought about that, but I dismissed it because I don't want to put a checker down there. I mean, I guess it's valuing taking away half of white's roll. So instead, I make the 9 point and then think about the 5. And I thought jumping out versus maybe 13 to 8 is good. Those are sort of the two plays I was thinking about. Apparently, of those two plays, jumping out is much better. But yeah, likes this better, and actually likes this better, even though it's like a million shots over here, and doesn't make the 9. But I guess great builders for the 7, so the computer's like really valuing making the 7 here over making the 9. I don't know. I did not consider this. Looks pretty shoddy, but this isn't great either. He's got direct 2, so maybe that play is actually findable. Again, it wants to hit here for some reason. I'm not sure I get this. Wins more gammons apparently. Yeah, I don't know. Are people doing this, do you think? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my play seems pretty reasonable to me. I mean, play another builder or something like this is fine. Or this. I don't know. I mean, I obviously don't want to get hits. He's got like no other blots over here. It doesn't seem to me like hitting does all that much. Maybe there's some like enter and awkward numbers on the other side of the board. Or is the point that like, no, my play doesn't really leave many shots. 6-6. 6-5, and still, like we talked about, 6-5 is duplicated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should be looking for plays like this. Oh yeah, even here it hits with the 3. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, why wouldn't you? Yeah, you're supposed to hit here. Okay, great 6-6. 4-1. Now I do hit, and the computer doesn't want to hit. Why is backgammon so hard? Okay. All right, my play is second best over, say 12-7. I mean, my play is kind of good if he rolls like double ones, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 1-6, because he has to hit me. I have no chance of cracking. I might cause him to crack or hit another checker. The computer has this other plan where it gives up the 7 points, letting him out on 6s, and then black can attack even if he rolls like a 6-5 or something. So I don't know if this plan occurred to me at the time. Certainly wins more gammons. Well, not certainly, because my play is sort of decent for the gammon anyways. But it does. The computer thinks it wins more gammons and wins about the same. One thing I do notice about these are called trap plays. Where you let them off the anchor early so you can attack. One thing I notice about these trap plays, it's like a lot more it's a lot more effective to trap him off the anchor here when he has the third checker back on a deep point like this. Well, this isn't a good example, but oh no, this is a good example. Like here, I don't think you trap against a 4-point board, but here apparently you do. Yeah, here trapping is wrong, although it's not crazy. But here it's pretty mandatory to trap them. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe you can close out 3 checkers that way sometimes. Or if he rolls a 6-5, you can still close out 2 checkers. Or if you trap here and he rolls 6-5, you can really only close out 1 checker unless you get hit. So yeah, I guess I should start paying more attention to that, where you're more likely to trap when there's this third guy back. Yeah. Yeah, 1-4-2-4. Anyway, so no, this is the wrong game. Sorry. Yeah. Alrighty, and then I do. Okay, so he enters, and it's good. It's close between this and this, keeping the checkers off the ace point, which isn't great. But these spares aren't great either. Like, look how 6-5 plays for me here. It's pretty bad. Double shots. So this spare is like a little useful still. Probably more useful than those 2 spares on the 2s and 3s. But yeah, a bunch of checkers might end up on the ace here. Oh yeah, I don't know what to do with this 2-2. Yeah, there is something with clearing the 5 apparently. More blot numbers right away, but if you get away with this, say you roll 6-5 or 6-3, say, you got an extremely safe position. Versus here, if I clear that with 6-5, it's a pretty gross position because twos are bad. Right, so if it's not obvious to you, like picture the position after I roll 6-5 here, and then count out the blot numbers, and you should be able to find a few of them. Good visualization practice. So yeah, the computer thinks that the short-term safety of this play is not worth the long-term blottiness down the line, which I can buy. I think I've seen that play before. Actually, I couldn't remember. Anyways, I do get away with it and win. This is the 2-2 game. Okay. I guess this is fairly clear. There's not much going on here. It does get hard here, though. I probably wouldn't have split like he did. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff. 2-1. Okay, this is pretty clear. Make the 5. Okay. The 1-1. Yeah, the 1-1's a tough play, but the computer wants to make the forward anchor rather than going on this adventure down there. Okay, he went after the 2-point. He should. I don't know. This deep anchor game doesn't rate to be very good, so the computer wants to try this different game plan. All right, I'm looking good until he hits. Like I probably have a cube on a bad number here, but he hits me. Great 4-4. Yeah, I like all this blocking structure as opposed to making the 4 points. He rolls this nifty 1-1. I probably would have done what he did, switching and playing safe. But the thing is, if he gets hit here, which is the downside of this play, he might get to make a second anchor, so it's not so bad. And he keeps if he gets away with it, if he gets away with this play, maybe he can make a nice 4-point board. And he keeps a 6-point, I guess. Okay, good. It's close here. Yeah, sometimes when you're against the 3-point anchor, he has this 3-point anchor here. Sometimes the 9 has more value, sometimes the 4 has more value, depending on what else is going on in the position, depending on whether it's more of a hitting position or a blocking position. So in other words, like I keep the better blocking structure and I get the backmen going. But I sort of regret this if I'm going to be hitting him a bunch, you know. So especially with this guy back here, there might be some hitting, so it's a little close. But actually, it's close. I guess it's close also due to the cube coming up. Yeah, Cubeless actually wants to do this play. Yeah, I do find the cube. He does incorrectly take. 3-3. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I mean, probably most people are doing this, which is what the computer does. Just leaving a few shots. Still decent build power. I didn't love going behind the anchor, so I don't know. I find this play, which is apparently not worth the shot, but that's not crazy. Good when it works though, and it does. And in fact, I can even make a nice 5 prime here, leaving 6s out against this misshapen board. All right, most people would probably make my play. I think it did briefly occur to me to make the 7, but I don't know. I mean, the 9 point's a good blocking point too, you know. It might be a little harder to clear than the 7. Maybe that's the problem. So with the blot in his board, the computer wants to take the chance. Yeah, a bunch of close stuff here. I liked my play because it was 0 shots. This is 2 shots. This is 0 shots too. Yeah, maybe I should have actually done this. 14-8. It's all pretty close. Yeah, okay. And then I like this because it was only 1 shot, just 4-4, which is kind of a good number anyways. He does get to hit and cover with a 4-4 here though. Yeah, I guess I should hang back a little here. Cover some of his 4s better. Down the line, build points behind him. I keep the block on here because the race is quite close. I don't want him to roll 6-6. But I think like if he rolls 6-4 here, he's probably pretty happy to run with both also. And down the line, it's probably good to have the 6s blocked. Anyways, he's forced to run. Yeah, I think beginners often have problems with this play because you're winning if you just play safely. You're ahead if you just play safely. So a lot of beginners will just kind of do this reflexively, like they don't want to leave a shot. But here, I just try to figure out whether I'm more of a favorite if I hit or if I play safe, right? I knew I was a favorite if I did this, but he rolls like any 6, any 4. He's very much in the race. So I figure, okay, I try this. He's only got a 4-point board, so I'm not a big underdog on his 11 hits. I'm a big favorite on his 25 dances. So I figured I was more of a favorite this way, and I am by a long shot. And I can pick up some gammons, as I mentioned. Oh, hey, Rob. Oh, yeah. Your point was the 1-2 and 1-4. Good. Yeah, 1-4 and 2-4. Good. Anyway, so I just win a single game there, I guess. 4-3. Yeah, I didn't love any option, but I didn't hate any option here either. I mean, like my play does a bunch of good stuff, right? Gets unstacks the heavy 13, gets a builder, and gets the backman going at a time when it's not too dangerous to do so. I don't love leaving all these shots at this guy though, but it's got good balance. So 13-6 apparently is okay too. Same with this, which leaves a million shots, but duplicated 8s. five, 3, 6, 2 are duplicated hit numbers, so it's not quite as many hit numbers as it may appear. So it's fine too, similar to my play, except comes under the gun. Probably more duplication. Yeah, here again, it's tough play, a bunch of close stuff. I mean, I didn't know what to do, so I just locked up 2 good assets. Like, how bad can it be? The computer thinks it's slightly better to lock up 1 good asset and run while I'm up in the race. And actually, this is kind of nice because it connects the back, the checkers over the blots pretty well here. See how they're within 6 of one another? That's kind of a cute play. I think maybe if I looked at that, I would have done it. Yeah, I thought about 3 to 1 too. Might not be that bad. Let me just turn on my light so guys can see my beautiful face. Yeah. Yeah, so it's sort of tactically nice to make the ace, to keep him busy, right? Like one problem with my play is he can come in and hit. He's pretty happy to hit with like maybe any 2, any 4 that also enters, So very few hits here. Just 2, 2, 4, 4. But I don't know. You'd rather have the 3-point than the 1 point for sure. Gammon's counted. I guess you would do this. At least at gammon go, say. Okay, yeah, well, the computer loves this 5-point. It wants to do this despite all the blots everywhere. Yeah, I do something more tactical and make my 9, which isn't quite right. You can also make the 4 points. Duplicating 5, 4. Right. Instead of safetying 11 to 4. Right. Now I remember that. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to do here, but again, I guess you can uncompromisingly make the 5, but it's too many anchoring and hit numbers. So the computer does agree with this tactical double hit. 3, 1. This looks pretty clear finally. 6, 3. Okay, I pop out and kind of safety the guy on the 7. I enter and safety the guy on the 17. Makes sense. Also it's not too averse to being hit, so it can do this also. 5, 2. Yeah, I mean hitting is probably what most people would do reflexively. I was a little worried about sending a 4th checker back, so I did consider this. I thought maybe it gave him too many, I don't know, forward chances. He hits me, starts running, maybe upgrades the anchor, So I thought hitting maybe had enough going for it, and apparently it's pretty close. I always make the 5 there unless there's a big reason not to. I see. So like for instance with this play you're saying the 4, 3. Yes, it doesn't surprise me that the computer doesn't mind it. Pretty awesome point. But you see the downside, right? All these shots everywhere. 5s are duplicated though. So it's sort of just 5s and certain 5s and 1s back that hit. But yeah, this is this minimizes the anchoring chances and keeps the 9. And if you get, I guess maybe a similar number of hits, but she's still gonna have checkers on the roof here if he hits usually. Yeah, I would say fairly commonly I make an error where I fail to make the 5-point and the computer does because I'm thinking about wanting to do other stuff, but like then the computer just something nah, don't hit or whatever, just uncompromisingly make your 5 points. Anyway, so that was the 2-5 where I hit in the outfield. 8 to 1. Yeah, I wasn't too sure about this. Oh, I can make the. Honestly, I don't think I saw this nice primey play. I went for this hit play, which has its merits, right? It keeps him from making the second anchor some. But yeah, obviously the structure's a lot better. Even when he makes the second anchor, sometimes his timing is bad. especially if it's the 1-2 game. I do get away with it for a turn. Yeah, all sorts of stuff here. I mean, you could make the 7, but look at all these blots. So I do something more conservative, which the computer at least doesn't mind. I mean, maybe there's something better there on a rollout. 2-5. Oh boy, there's so many close plays here. Yeah, I try to deny him this good anchor. It's pretty risky though, so the computer doesn't mind other stuff. This looks weird though. He doesn't have any guy up on the roof now. So the computer doesn't mind doing this, leaving a triple shot plus deuces to make like a good second anchor. I don't know, are people doing this? That seems pretty crazy to me. Yeah, I often do see that, especially with the 5-point. Yeah, well, look at this play. This surprises me that like this is close. If gammon's counted, I guess this would be more clear. I guess the problem is it doesn't. I'm a little unlikely to get away with this. I'm a little unlikely to get away with this also. So I don't know. Doesn't make the computers. This does make the 13-point, which is nice. Fewer blots. Anyways, luckily he dances. I get to make the points. All right, it wants to come in high, but no, actually, it wants to either do this, or my play's okay too. 4-5. Okay, I do hit here. Again, I think a little bit about not hitting because I don't want to roll an ace and get a second anchor, but it just didn't look like there was a good alternative. Like, okay, so I do this, and now he's kind of swinging away at me over here. I might have to hit him anyways later. And if I get stuck up on the roof, he can start extricating his checkers, maybe making the 18-point in the process. So anyways, I do hit. Yeah, I did see I could hit loose. A little hard to cover, so I do this thing, which is okay. Of course, if he does happen to anchor there later, that's going to suck for me. But luckily I make the points. I don't make the 7 here, which I think is probably a real error. Yeah, with the guy anchored on the 2 and my ace point made. Yeah, I don't really love having the 7 because you might leave a shot there later, and if you don't, you might roll a 6 and you get more checkers ending up on the ace point, which isn't great. So I try to avoid making my 7 here unless there's some excellent blocking value from it, which didn't seem like a big deal here. Yeah, and we see even here, right? So the problem with my play, I think, which I did think about, is this checker might end up on the ace point later. Like if I have to move that with a 6, if I have to safety that with a 6, it's ending up in a bad spot. So the computer says, don't even put a checker there. Don't even put a checker on the 7 when your ace point is made. Like you want the spare on the 4 and not the 3. But it still says no, because you don't want a guy on the 7 against this structure, actually screw up the builder. Okay, so I hit and play 4-3, diversifying. That makes sense. 4-3, right. I stripped the top 2 points. There were no double blot numbers here, which is nice. I can clear these points easily coming up. Hopefully. I do get to clear the top points. I kind of overstack the 4. So wait, what does the computer do? Oh, the computer doesn't strip the top point here. It does this for only 2 blot numbers, just 6-5, as opposed to 4 blot numbers, 6-4, 5-4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. But you get to clear this next turn. So this seems like it should be safest to me. But it's not though. Does it not like the huge stack on the 4? Is that the problem? Why isn't this safest? Like, okay, so I clear the 5 point with the 6-5 next turn. And is that like a problem to have all those guys on the 4? See, it doesn't seem like a big problem to me. Like it gets at this, like for instance, like okay, so this gets like an extra checker on the 3 points, which makes it less likely to like have a strip 3 point later. But still, I have to pay the 2 blot numbers now. I have to strip this down next turn, usually paying 4 blot numbers next turn. So it seems like this is sort of double jeopardy. But I guess the computer says it's worth it just to spread out the builders more nicely. I mean, I'm sure the computer is correct here. I don't think it would get this wrong. But it surprises me a little bit. I'm just doing like I won't roll it out to completion, but I just want to see if the rollout says it's closer or whatever. Because I was like fairly confident that stripping the 6 would be safest at least. But yeah, I guess that's the problem. I guess it's valuing the nice builders on the 4 and the 3 points, the nice spread out distribution there. Okay, so stripping the 5 is long-term safest. Yeah, okay. Maybe it has fewest checkers off when hit. I see, so it loses more. Yeah. So Rob, I think that should be correct, right? So when you get hit, you will tend to have more checkers off after the computers play. I do agree with that. And I'm pretty confident that's right. Yeah. Actually, yeah, the rollout made it a little closer. So maybe that's the main thing that's going on, though. You pay like a little bit of extra risk to get more checkers off before getting hits. And maybe it's just like a little bit of extra risk to make the computers play. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so you'll be clearing the 4 next, and you want playable 2s, right? So that sort of goes a lot. So what you're saying is like you want the spares on the. Another way to say that, right, is you want a lot of spares on the 3s to get those playable 2s, which is what the computers play does. Yeah, so maybe due to that factor, the risk is very, very close. And as Rob points out, you're going to get more checkers off before getting hit. Those 2 things are probably what's going on, I'm going to say, given that the plays are very close. I saw Aaron T, who plays on Backgammon Hub. And he often there's a daily problem of the day where he often posts good comments about the problems. There's a problem a couple of weeks ago where he said, where I think he had exact numbers for what percentage of the time a play gets hit or not, and it wasn't like a very simple position. It was like a bear off like this. But it wasn't like a super simple position. And he either said or he implied he had like exact numbers for how often a play gets hit like this. Like long term, I think. I think maybe if like white keeps the anchor forever. Is there do you guys know if there's a program that does that? I sort of remember something from like way back that did that. But like XG doesn't do that, right? Like XG won't tell you how often you get hit here. It'll just tell you the winning chances. Like maybe like BG Blitz does that or something, or maybe there's like a separate program. And I sort of remember a separate program from way back. Maybe something Walter Trice did or whatever. Do you guys know anything about that? Anyways, I do leave the shot with a 5-3. And yeah, we can see to Alex's point, I'm getting a little thin on the 3-point here. So I don't have a lot of playable twos. Sconyer's database. Okay. So is that like you can put it, you can like somehow like enter a position and then it'll say if white keeps the anchor here forever, how often white will hit at least once. Is that the idea? Yeah, that does sound familiar. Hey, can you still download it? I think that's pretty useful. Like, for instance, we could put in this position, right? And see if we're right about, like, what play hits more. Sconyer's bear-off database. Yeah, I see something on the old bgonline.org forums. Yeah, I'll look into that, because that's kind of a useful thing for a position like this. Okay, yeah, I'd like to, maybe I'm gonna look into downloading that if I can. Like, wouldn't even mind like paying a little bit for it. Do you know if it's still available anywhere? I bet my friend Matt Rayclitus has it, because he was like very active in the computer backgammon subculture back then. This is probably back in the, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s or something, when people developed stuff like this. Yeah, okay, so here, yeah, so I got too thin on the 3-point, and now I have bad twos. 662, for instance. So I do get hit, and I do run. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna look for it. I'll ask Matt if he knows about it. Okay, so there was some play where I bore off a checker, wasn't there? I got lucky and oh, this one, yeah, 5-1, yeah. So okay, so there's some people have good shortcuts to count the number of shots. Like, I know this is 20 right away because it's just a double shot, right? 3s and 1s and no combo shots that don't contain a 3 and a 1 hit. So I know that's 20 immediately. I immediately don't know what this is, but it's any 4, any 2 except for 2-1. Any 4, any 2 except for 2-1. So that should be 18 shots. But then there's something else, isn't there? No, it's only 18. So I guess that's one way to think about it. Yeah, but anyways, it's still, I thought it might be the same. I was trying to go through it quickly because I was in time control. I actually thought it might be 20 shots either way, but I guess it's 20 and 18. Yeah, any 2, any 1, except for 2-1. But still, like I said, the checker off is super valuable for when you get hits, because the game's going to be pretty close if you have 7 checkers off. So it's worth the extra 2 shots, assuming I'm looking at that right. 3-1. Yeah, no, I counted that one though, right? Any 2, any 1 includes. Let me go back. I'm confusing myself. Oh, 3-1. Yeah, no, it is 20. Yeah, you're right. 3-1. It's any 4, any 2 plus 3-1, except for 2-1. Right, you're right. Good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so it is 20 shots either way. But I think even if it was an extra 2 shots to rip the checker, it might still be worth it. Anyway, so I end up winning. Was that it? Did we go over every game there? Yeah, I think we went over every game there. All right, so this was good. Yeah, I'll look at the Sconyer's database thing. Maybe I'll take a look at that specific position and see if it provides any insight. But I think you guys are right. I think they get hit very similar amounts after each play. But okay, well, that was good. Yeah, thanks for chatting. This was fun, And yeah, it was good comments. And I'm going to sign off now. I might be back later to commentate matches in case in the Wednesday night tournament, but I hope not to, because if I'm winning, if I make it to the finals, I probably don't commentate anything. But anyways, yeah, again, thanks, and we will see you next time.